Hello and welcome back to yet another episode of Positive Affairs, the show where we spotlight the people, platforms, and progress shaping our beautiful kingdom. Sitting with you today is your host, Piwa Inkosi Kumalo, and today we're diving into the one of the most talked about stories in Eswatini's fintech world, Instacash's Win a Quantum competition. Now, this isn't just your average giveaway. With a brand new quantum with 600,000 emalangeni as the grand prize, the campaign has captured the imagination of users all around the country. Joining me to unpack the story behind it all is somebody I have known for ages, a former schoolmate, St. Mark's, and now a leader in Eswatini's fintech digital finance space. Please welcome Mr. Nkonyane from Instacash. Nkonyane, welcome to our studio today. It's great to reconnect and even better to have you here to talk about this exciting campaign. Please say hi to our viewers today.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. As introduced, my name is Majaha Nkonyane. I am from Instacash. I'm in the communications department. You mentioned ages. It feels like we're very old, but
I know, right? But it's been ages. Come on.
it's exciting to meet on such platforms where we're not standing on business, we're discussing business. Yeah, thank you so much. And we greet all the viewers at home, maybe listeners as well.
Yeah. And the followers of Instacash and Eswatini Positive News.
Exactly. We're kind of killing two birds with one stone. Your audience and our audience as well. Thank you so much for the warm welcome.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Let's start at the very beginning. The Win a Quantum campaign. It's bold, it's creative, and it's definitely catching people's attention. What inspired this idea, and why a quantum specifically is the grand prize?
Okay. Why a quantum specifically? How I wish management was here now. But I think the biggest part really was we wanted to launch a campaign that wasn't just about cashback promotion, but something that would resonate with families, communities, the underbanked, and especially those in rural spaces. You'd understand that our core, or rather our target market, are those that are a bit away from town.
In the urban areas.
Exactly. Wanted to bring a resource that would help them revitalize their economic means, or rather way of living. Oftentimes we find our maybe entities getting into campaigns that give cash back. Why not twist it a bit? Leave something that would have a mark, that would have a long-term economic impact to the rural, to the underbanked, which is where we are primarily concerned as a business.
That's very interesting. It feels like the quantum represents more than just a vehicle. It's a symbol of movement, of progress, and of financial empowerment, just as you have said, that you are empowering the people away from the urban areas. What does this campaign say about Instacash as a brand, and how do you want to connect with your users?
Okay, this is one of those campaigns that bring us closer to the people. It shows that we listen, we understand the true realities on the ground, because we're not just about digital movement of money. We want to ensure that we have a lifelong, real impact to anyone who decides to be an Instacash customer and utilizes the Instacash platform. Want to ensure that it's not just about convenience where you move money from one Instacash account to the next. We are very excited about the new central bank initiative called Eswatini Payment Switch, where you are now able to move money from your bank account to your mobile money wallet. beyond that, why not have an impact that will be long lasting, that will help that one aspiring business person, that one old woman in the rural areas, or maybe that young person who has tried knocking on corporate, hasn't been successful. This could be an opportunity for one to spark up business. This could be an opportunity for one to turn their lives around. This is a campaign where we wanted to ensure that the people that are part of the Instacash platform have something that will be a lifelong impact.
Okay, that is great. That is very interesting. So yeah, let's talk about how the competition actually works. For anyone who's hearing about this like for the first time, how do people enter and how do you make sure everything stays fair and transparent in the competition?
Okay, thank you so much. I think maybe let's let's make it a journey from where you start being a customer. Maybe to give a holistic picture about Instacash, we are a mobile money platform, the third in the country. The two that have been in the market before us are telcos. By telcos, we mean they own networks. We are an independent one where we don't have a network, which brings balance. So, how one enters the competition, the first step is to be an Instacash customer. We operate at what we call KYC Light, regulated by the Central Bank of the country. KYC Light is where, when you are registering, we only need your ID and a functional cell phone number. With those two, you become a customer.
That easy.
Yeah, it's that simple. Registration is between 2 and 5 minutes. There's two ways around it. Either you would register through a USSD, which is our star 365 hash, or we use an app. Both ways means which we try to make it fast for one to register. Upon being a customer for Instacash, we have released a poster that takes you through the steps where you'll purchase a 50 Malangeni ticket. We've made it a raffle draw, but not a physical raffle draw. After purchasing the 50 Malangeni ticket, there's a unique code that is assigned to your number for that one particular purchase through SMS. Then the competition is running from April 2025 to April 2026. It's a 6 months long initiative. After the closing date, we will pick one name. As I've mentioned, there's a specific unique code that is assigned to that particular number. After I purchase, you get an SMS. So when you get that SMS, for one to maybe put themselves at an opportunity where they stand better chances, you can make as many purchases as you want.
So you need to buy more in order to actually.
For others, really, it could be a thing of you've just bought one
And it's your luck.
ticket and it's your luck. Yes.
So yeah, nice and simple. So what kind of momentum have you seen so far? Are you noticing more people signing up or using Instacash more often, or even merchants getting involved in the initiative as well?
Quite interesting because immediately after the release of this massive news, we got a lot of traction. There's now, especially on social media, there's now inquiries about who is Instacash, what is Instacash about, how do I enter the competition, who is eligible. We have seen in quite a number of days after the release of the information, we've seen activity as far as people are inquiring. So we redirect those questions to our call center, where when using your MTN number, you just call 365 and you're able to go through to the call center for free. The call center can attest we have been receiving an increased number of calls about people maybe resetting their pins, because for others it was a case of we had a massive drive at first. They registered, they never used the platform. Some even forgot their pins. So our call center has an opportunity now to reset pins. We have also launched town by town campaign. Almost every Friday, we go to the bus ranks where we display the quantum, because we want to ensure that it's not just hearsay. There's a lot of skepticism. Thank you. Around big prices. So we want to ensure that people see it for real, that this is something that is practical and there's nothing dodgy about it. So every Friday we've moved in 2 towns already, which is Manzini and Hlanga. We're moving to Spofaneni. We'll be releasing dates as well for the other towns. That also helps with the activity. We are registering more people. We are also doing pin resets, and it also gives us an opportunity to now showcase more of our products other than just this big campaign.
I've noticed the huge turnout with the roadshows.
Yes.
It's quite an interesting thing to see. The energy as well online afterwards has been as strong. But this week, something interesting you failed to mention. Instacash's managing director, Jason Ngumalo, took things up a notch by announcing Content Creators Contest, where he's offering 3,000 emalangeni to content creators. A content creator actually won, whose post about the winner car competition gets the most reactions on social media. Care to take us through with that one?
Thank you. Thank you so much for that one. That is also means to aid the competition. We have seen activity on the Winner Quantum campaign in just a matter of a week. So adding to the hype, ensuring that almost everyone speaks the same language. We are now saying to creatives, take your phone, your camera, stand in front of it 30 seconds to a minute, create a whole script about how people can be more excited about it, which gives now more momentum to the already moving campaign. So for people to get excited about it, and also the fact that there's monetary initiative attached to it, it gets even more exciting. We're in a time and a space where social media as a whole sells. You look at the likes of TikTok, there's talks about monetization of your content. We as Instacash want to tap into that and ensure that we encourage our creatives in the country. I think that's also a space where you find that we have a lot of people who are creative, but there's no much reward around it. We just post for the fun, for the sake of fun, and maybe ensuring that you're not bored and things like that. Why not turn that creativity into a bit of cash to buy more data, to get yourself food, really.
So basically, that is a positive way of marketing the Winner Quantum campaign.
It's a process where we're killing, I could say, 2 birds with 1 stone, because number one, yes, primarily it is about pushing the sale of tickets for the Winner Quantum campaign. Number two, Instacash as a whole gets a new marketing route. People will eventually inquire more. As it is, as earlier noted, there's been inquiries about what is Instacash, given the fact that we had been in the market with all the other initiatives that we've done. So this now eventually pushes people to inquire more, even in the different towns that we go to. We have those people where they'll be by the side of the gazebos that secretly ask you, hey, what is this Instacash? They want to know, but they don't want to maybe be in the forefront. So we are doing this to ensure that there is more voices that are speaking about Instacash at different levels, be it your tertiary, different communities, social media. Want to ensure that every space speaks about Instacash. One of the MD's codes in our marketing drives is we need to ensure that every blade of grass is covered. So by this, we are ensuring that everyone speaks about Instacash.
That is true, and I believe that everyone is talking about Instacash right now.
It is important.
Yeah, I actually love that this campaign isn't just for the customers alone. It's also about empowering the merchants and business owners. How are the vendors included in the campaign, and what kind of incentives or partnerships have you built around that?
Thank you so much for that. Our vendors, or rather, maybe let me step back a bit and give a picture. We operate in 3 towns as far as service centers are concerned. We have Mbabane as the headquarters, we have Manzini, we have Buhleni. Those are the 3 physical service centers that we are in. So maybe the question now would be, how are we present in all the other towns? We have a department called agent management. So what we have, people in the different communities that are running your spazas, that are running vegetable markets, that are doing, or rather operating in the SME space. We speak to them as far as having Instacash as part of their items that they sell, if for lack of a better term. They operate as agents.
Okay.
So with them, we are able to be present at Ndunaitini whilst based in Baban. So in the different communities, we operate like that. So how they are now involved in this, as we move in the different towns, other than taking the whole Mbabane office, we take a few people from the office to create a team with the agents in that particular town, so that it becomes easier to be relatable. Oftentimes, you'd find that maybe we move as corporates from the headquarters to a particular town or community. Not so much do we relate with those people, but if you have someone
From
you
that
see
area.
on a daily basis, or someone you relate with, it becomes easier when they present a product like Instacash. So that is how we are involved in the different communities. Also, for people who maybe have not seen Instacash in their communities, this now becomes an opportunity for them to say, why not have Instacash in my area because of me? It is an opportunity. We are still open to having agents operating in the different communities. How they benefit is we have something called a commission structure. Every transaction that happens when you go to an Instacash agent and you deposit money, there is commission that they get. As far as the customer is concerned, the whole point around it is we are eyeing that quantum at 600,000 emalangeni for 50 bucks. So we are working in these different communities to ensure that people who are unbanked, people who are outside of the formal economy, are now bought in back through Instacash.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. And the public response overall, how has it been? And any standout stories from the roadshows or any feedback that made you think, yes, this is exactly why we are doing this?
Okay. Maybe for now, it's only been a week or two in the campaign, but in the 2 towns that we've seen, we are seeing a lot of elderly people coming through to ask about one of our interesting products, which is the funeral cover, which is 15 Malangan and pays out 10,000. There has been a lot of interest around that. When we were at Nhlangano a particular school came through to say we would love to receive money as a school through Instacash. We guided them on the documentation.
Making payments, like,
Yes. The documentation that they need to have. Also, I think it was probably 2 months back, we had the Central Bank of Eswatini combining all the fintechs and banks. There was a massive drive in pushing what I spoke about earlier, the national payment switch. I remember registering a blind man who was assisted by a son to have an Instacash account. When we were at Nhlangano, that same man came through and he was moving around, and because of how busy people were, he wasn't getting a lot of attention. I spotted him and I gave him the information about how he could stand a chance to now be part of this massive campaign. So we are slowly picking positive stories as we move around. Elderly people are inquiring about funeral covers, and all parts of the community are being touched by this campaign. We pray and hope as Instacash that this really benefits that one Liswati who
really needs it.
who really needs it.
I hear you. Yeah, Instacash is quite unique. As you mentioned earlier, it's Eswatini's third mobile money operator, but the only one not linked to a telecom company. How has that independence shaped your strategy and the kind of experience you want users to have?
Being a non-telco allows for us to be a balance between the two. We operate in a space where everyone is welcome to operate or rather have an Instacash account. If you
And it's easy to register.
Very easy. Apart from creating balance, we sell products for both networks. If you want to buy airtime for one network, you'll have it on Instacash. If you want to buy airtime for the other network, you'll have it on Instacash. More than just airtime, we also sell data for one of the networks on our platform. So we become the fairground. We are not choosy about who can or who cannot join us. As long as you have a cell phone number and an ID, you are allowed or rather have the opportunity to be an Instacash customer. More than anything, it's to create convenience for everyone who is in Eswatini and ensure that as they move money, their money is safe and there is accountability. Speaking of accountability, I'm reminded of how we are nearing the end of the year. One of the biggest activities in almost every space is stockfiles sharing money. Oftentimes, I think even as an entity, you report on numerous stories on how money that was kept under the bed, under the pillow, is now lost. As Instacash, operating as a non-telco, as a safe mobile money space, we bring about such services to ensure that there is safety and accountability in money movement for everyone in Eswatini.
Okay. So basically, you've actually touched on what I wanted to ask next. As you had said earlier, that you are more interested in the people that are away from the urban areas, and you actually know that some of these areas have a challenge when it comes to connectivity. And so, like, how do you make sure, like, but you've mentioned it with the part where it's not about the people that only have smartphones or internet access that can actually access Instacash. So it's actually like everyone. So they can also be a part of the movement as well without the smartphones or the internet connection.
Yes, that is a very critical part of our existence as Instacash. I spoke about convenience. If I throw back, I think it was in our opening, I mentioned how when you are registering as an Instacash customer, there's two ways around it. we use a USSD code, which is star 365 hash. Number two, you can be able to be registered via app. This goes both ways, not just for registering. Upon being registered, when using the Instacash platform, you can either access it using their USSD or via the app. Then, to your question, how does one use the Instacash platform if, say, maybe they don't have a smartphone or access to the internet? The USSD code is what we bank on greatly to ensure that we accommodate everyone. Given that our core target market is the rural areas, the underbanked, and those that are away from what we call urban areas. The USSD is how we are able to reach as many people as we are able to reach as it is right now. It's a platform that ensures that no one is left out.
Okay. Let us move on to the strategic alignment. How does Instacash actually align with Eswatini's post 2022 strategy and the UN Sustainable Development Goals?
The biggest part there is ensuring that as the whole world thrives to things like no poverty, formalization, and a cashless society, our platform ensures that we touch on those. How do we touch on no poverty, for example? I've mentioned how we operate with agents in different communities that will permit for us to be relatable. To that lady who is operating a spaza where they are ensuring that they put food on the table. The Instacash platform permits for one to, through transactions, they get commission, registration of a new customer. Per customer, you're paid 5 Malangeni. So as many people as you're able to get, you'll be rewarded for that. Formalization, the banking space, I will use it as an example, caters for only a selected few.
That is true.
Those that are outside of the banking space, how do we get to them? They also need to be in the formal economic space. Through Instacash, you're able to now bring them back to the system where they track their transactions and their finances are in a particular order that is formalized. Number three, we speak of a cashless society. You will notice how the world at large is pushing for a cashless society where there's money movement but without physical handling of cash because of risks. We tap into that space by ensuring that there is a traceable record of money moved from your account to my account, and we applaud the Central Bank of the country for ensuring that Instacash is part of the safe money movement through Eswatini Eswatini payment switch, where now, as noted earlier, we can be able to move money from your formal bank account to mobile money account like Instacash. So we move in that direction to ensuring that we are not outside of what the formal or rather the world's movement as far as money is concerned is moving.
Okay, thank you so much for that. So looking ahead, once the quantum has been worn, what's next for Instacash? Should we expect new products, regional expansion, or maybe more campaigns that continue driving deeper financial inclusion and innovation?
Thank you so much for for that question. The Winner Quantum campaign, we could call it a launch pad. We have so many exciting things that we have as a plan for the Instacash customer. One of the biggest things that we push as a drive is making sure that the Instacash customer experiences convenience. I mentioned earlier how we operate in three towns as far as service centers are concerned. One of the biggest things is ensuring that people can physically locate where they can be able to do their transactions. We have, in the past, which is also something that we're pushing, painted shops
No,
to
with the
ensure
logo,
that
the Instacash logo.
yes, people are able to physically point that we can be able to have Instacash there. Our soccer drive has been one of the
The biggest and the
biggest.
most talked about. The biggest and the most talked about.
It has helped us to reach as many communities as we can. So the winner campaign, winner quantum campaign, is launch pad. We have so many exciting things. We could be looking at maybe a savings platform on the Instacash platform, but it's to encourage listeners, viewers, and followers to keep an eye on the activities that Instacash has. There's more in store, and we want to continually ensure that the Instacash customer experience convenience and they are happy and excited to use the Instacash platform.
Nkonyane, thank you so much for joining us. I know it's funny calling you Nkonyane because wow. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure actually catching up with you and hearing the story behind Instacash's Winner Quantum campaign. What really stands out is how this initiative brings together technology, community, and creativity together. It's not just a prize, it's about progress of the community. The Winner Quantum campaign is putting financial power into the hands of everyday Maswati, building trust in digital platforms and showing that fintech can actually be practical, inclusive, and even fun. Any final words you have for our viewers?
It's really to appreciate the Instacash customer that decided to be part of us when we first broke into the market. We are nothing without them, really. They are the ones that help us grow. I think more than that, it's to kindly request those that are still skeptical about the Instacash platform that this is an opportunity for them to have Instacash as a platform to move money, to buy airtime, to buy electricity, and more than anything, to experience convenience as far as money movement is concerned, and also to have them look out. We have so many exciting things that are in store for them as Instacash potential customers and those that are already here. I mean, things like the funeral cover, it's one of the cheapest in the country. We are committed to ensuring that our customers continue to experience convenience and they grow with us because we're here to stay. We're not just fly by night and we're not planning to let them down.
Okay. To everyone watching, you've heard it here. Thank you for tuning in to Positive Affairs. Keep following Instacash's journey, and who knows, you might be the lucky one to drive away the quantum next April. Our episode today was sponsored by Kozeni Water. Thank you so much to them, and thank you so much to the team behind the scenes. Thank you so much for Tunzigi Gama, who actually brought Instacash to us. Thank you to Nkolisi Hlope, Dennis Chandi, and Sigelela Matsenja behind the scenes. Until next time, stay curious, stay connected, and keep transacting. Goodbye.
Thank you so much.